Hi, I'm Mary Hardy. I built a pyramid in 1975, which taught me about pyramids, crop circles, and medicine wheels that are vortex portals. I was first invited to the USPA in the mid 80s to speak about the covering of our pyramid. Kenneth Killick, the designer of our pyramid, seemed to think that it was in danger because orgone energy was outlawed in the United States. So it was necessary to speak about how we could protect it. So Bob Butlick, head of the USPA and co-founder, invited Kenneth and me to speak. I spoke on how the covering of our pyramid makes our pyramid an orgone generator. Pyramids, crop circles, and medicine wheels are vortex portals. In 1968, my family lost 4 hours of time and were picked up by the elders of the planet and were told to build my then 3-year-old son a pyramid or he would not be able to function on the planet. He was extremely dyslexic. We had to build the pyramid by the time he was 10 years old. In 1975, we built this pyramid to help solve John's dyslexia. Kenneth Killick designed us a pyramid with an orgone covering, making it an orgone energy pyramid connected to the Earth's motor and created a standing columnar wave all the way up to the ionosphere. This allowed us to control the whole grid of the planet. It opened up the portals so that humanity could raise consciousness. By building a pyramid, which is an antenna into the Earth's internal motor, we activated the other pyramids all over the world, which gave us a huge orgone antenna field. The Templars' cathedrals are also connected to this field. They were built to control this field. That is why the Templars are in control of the field. By locating our pyramid, we are connecting a line between the Great Lakes Triangle and the Bermuda Triangle. This shut down the abnormalities in these two areas. This connected us to the vortex portals all over the world, including crop circles, medicine wheels, labyrinths, and obelisks. This radio station was created to communicate with submarines during the Cold War in the mid-70s. It was generated through several places in Wisconsin and the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Sawyer Air Force Base is an antenna system to use this radio station. Kenneth Killick stated that without the development of our orgone generating pyramid, the oceans would have died. A book by Paul Broder called the ELF transmissions created by this radio station's currents of death. Many scientists felt that this radio station would have killed the oceans. Kenneth in turn told us that we protected the oceans. 6 months after we built the pyramid, Navy intelligence officers visited our house, disguised as book salesmen. In the books there was nothing but pyramids, and they asked us why we built a pyramid. I then told them we built it for my 10-year-old son John and about losing 4 hours of time. They interviewed John. I originally thought they came to discipline us, but in reality they came to find out if we understood that we have saved the oceans and how we did it. In the mid-80s, Kenneth came to us and told us we had to protect the design of our pyramid covering. If someone else patented the design, we would have to take our pyramid down. He said we needed to register the design with the U.S. Patent Office. Then we had to write a scientific paper and present it to a scientific community. Kenneth then talked to Bob Butlick, head of the USPA, and asked if we could present the paper at the next meeting. Here you can see the layering effect of the construction of a covering of our pyramid. It has to be electric dielectric in multiple layers. This creates an orgone field. The Great Pyramid was a transmitting coil antenna system that generated electricity to the whole of Egypt. Kenneth drew a copy of the pyramid, showing it as a coil antenna that was capable of wireless transmission The power behind the wireless antenna was the Ark of the Covenant. Tesla took the design of the Great Pyramid to create his wireless antenna system at Walden Cliff. The magnifying tower was torn down because people thought it was a death ray device. His real desire was to build a wireless electrical transmitting system to supply everyone with inexpensive energy. This tower was built to light up the World's Fair in Paris. This system would use the Earth as a generator to transmit inexpensive energy to run automobiles or heat homes. This is a short clip showing how Tesla used pyramid energy to build inexpensive power for humanity. Welcome to the Hardy's Pyramid. This was designed by Kenneth Killick, who also gave us the light-emitting diode and understood standing columnar wave energy. These pyramids all over the world are antennas. They are an antenna into the ionosphere and come down to the planetary grid, all the way to the center of the Earth. In the time of Atlantis, there was a pyramid over the North Pole and over the South Pole, and many little pyramids all around. And as these pyramids pulled down the energy from the ionosphere into these capacitors, they generated the energy out through the grid. And if you look at the Egyptian temples, you look at the houses, they had crystalline floors. And that is how they received the energy, and it really heated their homes and gave them lights. In Alexandria, there was a beam of light at the lighthouse that went all the way up to the sky. So they had this electrical technology. Now, what has happened to it is it's been advanced, but there was a man named Nikola Tesla who wanted to bring us this information. And if you look at his New York Tower, it is designed just like the Great Pyramid. It pulled the energy down from the ionosphere, and he went out to Colorado Springs and could stick a light bulb in the earth and it would light up, because he was using the grid to light these lights. Tesla had this knowledge and he wanted to give it to humanity, but the bankers and the people that had the money said, we don't want Tesla to do this because anybody can milk our cow. They had to have a way to control it. If you could just stick an antenna into the ground and light your house from that, there was no way to finance it. So that is why we do not have this technology today. But these pyramids are antennas. They've always been antennas, and they operate as an antenna, and they can work through many other forms of antennas. You have many kinds: medicine wheels, labyrinths. These are all kinds of vortex generators, and the biggest one is the crop circle. To create portals, people do not need to build an expensive pyramid. They can just build a medicine wheel to connect to the Earth's grid. This is a short medicine wheel film to show you how to build one and use one.
In this short film, we are presenting a creative, heart-opening process whereby you can take action in assisting in the positive growth and health of our living planet. The use of a medicine wheel to magnify your prayers and intentions. Medicine wheels can magnify prayer or intention through the vortex energy they generate. A vortex is a spinning energy. If you could see the vortex created by the medicine wheel, it would look like a tornado. It is our hope and intention that through sharing this technique, that you and others can help to bring about the change that is needed on this earth. Prayer is a miracle. It is our free will put into action, and it can create miracles. Prayer, with the assistance of medicine wheels, can help bring about a world of peace and happiness. A medicine wheel can simply be a circular pattern of stones with a central cairn that brings balance to the adjoining ley lines. the electrical energy lines of the earth. You will bring about significant improvement in any agricultural endeavor when you balance the ley lines. A medicine wheel can also be a vortex generator. A vortex generator draws earth energy upwards toward the atmosphere in a clockwise spinning rotation. A medicine wheel can be a personal altar to our Creator, the Divine, and our Mother Earth. Medicine wheels, pyramids, labyrinths are all vortex energy generators. Vortex energies occur naturally in nature. Sedona, Arizona draws thousands of people to feel these vortex energies. Throughout the Great Plains of North America, the American Indians built a network of thousands of medicine wheels. The Bighorn Medicine Wheel, located in Wyoming, is one of the few remaining medicine wheels. Archaeologists have not yet determined the full potentiality of the Bighorn Medicine Wheel beyond having astrological significance. Building a medicine wheel is fun, and it's a great way to engage your creative energy. There are many ways to build a medicine wheel, and there is no one proper way to build one, although one's intention is very important. You can be as creative as you like in building a medicine wheel. For example, wheels can be built with or without spokes, and some are built with an inner circle surrounding the central cairn. As you continue building medicine wheels, you will find that your wheel building will be guided more and more by your intuition. You will develop a knowing of what rocks to choose and where each rock will be placed. Just remember, all medicine wheels are special and powerful, even the little ones we build. Here is one simple medicine wheel design. Choose the site on which to build the wheel. The site can be an undisturbed place in nature, or it could be in your backyard, or even a place in your home. Go out into nature and choose rocks that you feel attracted to. Try and recognize the Mother Earth frequency that is in every stone. After you have collected the stones and brought them back to the medicine wheel site, you can choose which rocks belong where. You can use a compass to determine the north, south, east, and west directions of the wheel, and then place a stone on each of these cardinal directions. Place a rock in the circle's center. Create a large outer circle of rocks, placed next to one another, connecting all of the cardinal direction rocks. Finally, use rocks to create spoke lines from the center rock to each of the 4 cardinal direction rocks. Stand outside of the medicine wheel and form in your mind the prayer, imagining the outcome or intent you wish to generate. Ask for permission from the Creator if your intent is in alignment with the universal plan. Take 3 deep breaths, grounding your feet into the earth, imagining roots growing from your feet into the earth. Then expand your energy up to the divine from the top of your head. From your heart, extend into the medicine wheel the prayer or intention you wish to magnify. A powerful prayer is one full of faith that connects to the universe, the Creator. John Hardy, an experienced medicine wheel builder, states that he always prays as if it is his last prayer. Mary Hardy, author of Pyramid Energy, suggests using the Great Invocation prayer. Most importantly, believe in and extend out wholeheartedly your prayer. We can change the world. Using the medicine wheel, state your prayer with all of your heart, and then be at peace with what is, what was, and what will be.
Psychotronics deals with activating the earth portals by connecting them from the center of the earth to the ionosphere. Bob Butlick, founder of the USBA, says you do not need an actual machine to activate these portals. Using a pyramid, medicine wheel, or crop circle antenna system, the energy field is enhanced 1,000 times. You can actually connect to the planetary grid and send your thoughts and prayers around the world. Since many people have been performing the Holy Grail Vortex, a strange thing has happened. The pollution on the planet has improved. The hole over the ozone layer has disappeared, and the air over cities in India and China has improved. Kenneth designed many medicine wheels. He was clairvoyant and could see energy. His desire was to build an inexpensive psychotronics machine. Psychotronic teachers like Steve Weston and Pat Smith organized many farmers from the Midwest states that were psychotronic operators. Kenneth had several classes to convince many farmers to build medicine wheels on their property. For a small fee, he designed many medicine wheels that connected all the wheels to one massive frequency. This is an example of what he designed for a farmer. Sometimes these wheels would extend over a radius of 100 miles. In this way, a farmer could raise the sugar contents in his crops by simply placing molasses in the center of his medicine wheel. He could also foliar feed his crops inexpensively. The psychotronics machine balances the grid. Perhaps the largest psychotronics machine on the planet is Stonehenge. It balances the tip and tilt of the earth. Many crop circles appear around Stonehenge. They are like medicine wheels and balance the grid lines around the world. During the time of Atlantis, humanity cracked the earth. It was necessary to build the Great Pyramid as a wheel weight to stabilize the tip and tilt of the earth. On the left, you can see how the pyramid stabilized the planet after the earth cracked. The Great Pyramid acts as a wheel weight. The Bermuda Triangle is the old North Pole, and the Devil's Sea area off the coast of Australia is the old South Pole. The Great Pyramid is placed in the middle of the landmass between the old North and South Poles. The Grand Gallery in the Great Pyramid acts as a stabilizer for the Great Pyramid. To move the planet into a stable orbit after the Great Pyramid was built, they used a device similar to a Tesla coil to move up and down the Grand Gallery, tipping the Earth back into a stable orbit. In 2013, to stabilize the orbit of the planet from tipping out of alignment, we were asked to place a crop circle over Stonehenge. The first week of June, I was asked to speak at the American Society of Dowsers. With the help of 100 dowsers, we moved the crop circle over Stonehenge. Then we moved the Great Pyramid over Stonehenge to stop the shifting of the poles so the planet would not slip out of orbit. The Temple of Saqqara has been given 10 years to move crop circles and balance the grid with crop circles, medicine wheels, pyramids, and other portals of light. Our job is to teach people how to do this. The Holy Grail Vortex is the prayer that we use. The Knights Templar have control over the plains of Silbury. Every crop circle that is made by the balls of light must be approved by the Knights Templar. There are many groups of entities that make crop circles. They can be fairies and divas, elders of the planet, individual spirits, or knights themselves. The object of the crop circle is to keep the planetary grid in balance. So when the grid is out of balance, a crop circle may appear anywhere in the world to stabilize the grid. In 2006, England was announcing that crop circles were man-made. The newspapers were full of crop circles that were advertising products. These crop circles were man-made. The government and the military were beaming from the satellites a beam that was programmed to destroy the balls of light. So there were no crop circles made on the planet that first part of the season, except the man-made advertisement crop circles. Duncan Davis and Sohail invited me to the plains of Silbury to discover how Stonehenge was built. We made a video showing what we thought was the process. Instead, we were asked by the Knights Templar to protect the balls of light so that the proper crop circles could be made again. We were shown the process to do this by the Knights Templar. They had asked us to help. This is a planet of free will. Humans actually have to take action by prayer to protect the crop circles. The Templars cannot do it without humans asking. Crop circles made by the balls of light, like you are seeing here, are not man-made. The Earth is a negative frequency and the balls of light are a positive frequency. When the frequency of the Earth grid is out of balance, the elders of the planet and the Templars use this system to stabilize it. Silbury Hill and Merlin's Mound are two conical pyramids that were used to resonate the plains of Silbury so they could move the huge stones to construct Avebury and Stonehenge. The builders built a resonance factor by bouncing the energy back and forth between these two standing columnar wave generators. These generators are wireless antennas that create a standing vortex coming from the Earth motor to the ionosphere. That is how they electrified their tools to move the huge stone blocks. In Egypt, these tools are called the rods of Ptah. One of the first crop circles of the crop circle season in early June of 2006 showed the energy bouncing back and forth between Merlin's Mound and Silbury Hill. This actually showed me that our prayers protected the crop circles. Interestingly enough, the man-made advertisement crop circles begin to disappear. This is West Kennet Long Barrel, located near Silbury Hill. Once the proper resonance factor was achieved, energy was shot down this tube to the sanctuary. The sanctuary was a building housing a system of spinning vortexes. This is how they generated the energy to levitate the stone blocks. They could shoot an energy wave to any location, turning it into a South Pole field. With rods similar to the rods of Ptah, they could tune a platform to South Pole energy, and 4 men could float a block of stone anywhere they needed it, some weighing up to 5 tons. Whoever controls the portals on the planet controls consciousness. In 1975, when we put up our orgone covering on our pyramid, it balanced the abnormalities out of the Bermuda Triangle and the Great Lakes Triangle. The Temple of Saqqara became one of the controlling factors in the consciousness of the planet. We suddenly had access to control the cathedrals, crop circles, medicine wheels, pyramids, obelisks, etc. The main control panel has always been Stonehenge, which the Knights Templar control. Crop circles appear around Stonehenge to keep it in balance. In 2006, we protected the crop circles so that anyone who wishes to use them can move them anywhere on the planet to bring balanced energy to the planet. The first part of June this year, I spoke at the American Society of Dowsers. After I wrote my presentation, I asked the crop circle makers if my talk was true to what needed to be said. This was the first crop circle at the end of May. It is a heart pendulum connected to the Earth's motor, which spread the wings of Isis, or consciousness. The second circle around Stonehenge appears to be a coronavirus being eaten by a white blood cell. This portal allows us to use this crop circle to lessen the effects of the coronaviruses. Using the Holy Grail Vortex prayer, it can be moved over your home, a hospital, a city, or a region. With permission, you can put this frequency of healing into the area. Portals control frequency. The third crop circle appeared during the beginning of the protest for race equality. The frequency of this crop circle is designed to bring balance into an area and spread the frequency of love. To use this crop circle in prayer, you must get permission. The first part of July, this Templar cross appeared in France. When I saw this, I decided to present a webinar at the USPA explaining how to use the portals to raise the consciousness of humanity on the planet. The Templars are in control of the portals. To use the portals, you must get permission. Crop circles are a mystery to most of this planet, but they are vortex generators. Most of the crop circles in the world appear around Stonehenge. It is a chalk field in which these crop circles can be drawn on. So people ask, who makes them? They are balls of plasma. The Earth is negative and the balls of plasma are positive. Well, the balls of light, the plasma balls of light, over a negative chalk field makes the crop circles. Crop circles are vortexes. They are patterned vortexes already given a frequency. Now we use the fairies and divas. They make crop circles. They can make crop circles on the plains of Sulbury very easily. The main generator for these crop circles is Stonehenge. That is why most of them appear around Stonehenge. One of the oldest roads in England is by the Commandery on the plains of Sulbury. That is because the Templars used the crop circles to generate a field, to activate their churches, set the frequency of the grains in the land. Now, homeopathy is like cures like. So with this, we can create a similar frequency. The way to spin that into the frequency of an area is to do the Holy Grail Vortex. The Holy Grail Vortex was given to me in 1996 by the Elders of the Planet through the Knights Templar to create a 4-ring generator of vortexes to be used over crop circles, to be used over cathedrals, any place that generates a vortex frequency. A pyramid is also a vortex frequency. In this way, we can interconnect with all of these spinning devices, cathedrals, pyramids, crop circles. Doing the Holy Grail Vortex, we can send a frequency through the whole grid because it is connected through Stonehenge to actually take care of some of these problems. And yes, if we want to take the Holy Grail Vortex, we can raise it up, take it to the ionosphere, and drop a pattern anywhere. And this is a gift that we have. Right now, there are several situations which we can use a crop circle to spin and to help the planet. One is the hepatitis A. Another one is Fukushima. We can drop a crop circle over Fukushima and start working on neutralizing the radiation. And if we're going to do this, we have to have a number of people first getting permission to do this, and then them performing the Holy Grail Vortex. So there are things that can be done, and we are demonstrating spinning crop circles. But to generate these crop circles, you must do the Holy Grail Vortex with them. What is important right now is we are having epidemics like Hep A in Detroit, Michigan. We have taken a crop circle that looks like hepatitis A molecule, implanted that molecule within this crop circle to make a homeopathic remedy, asked the fairies and divas, asked the whales and the dolphins, asked the dancing Native Americans, asked the Knights Templar, asked the Elders of the Planet, and anybody else who wants to work with us to heal this hepatitis A in some of the cities that is being plagued with a new disease in America. This is a beauty of our crop circles. Anytime I want to heal something like Pipeline 5, I can spin that crop circle through Pipeline 5, ask the water spirits, the earth spirits, to keep that intact until the American people can get smart enough to take care of a very, very dangerous situation. With Pipeline 5, we could actually lose our fresh water in the Great Lakes. This pipeline has been there for many, many years, and we all need to pay attention to it. We also need to heal the stress that's on that pipeline. And spinning a crop circle down through that pipeline, I believe we can actually strengthen it. This is a beautiful gift, crop circles, to the planet. Now what we need to do is learn how to use them. I have been doing this for a long time, and I just marvel at what happens after it's done. I think once we get a group of people that are interested in doing the Holy Grail Vortex, it would be great if we could take the GMO frequency out of our wheat. It would be great if we could take all the herbicides and pesticides out of our food. We need to go back to these frequencies, and one way to do it is to use the spinning crop circles and the Holy Grail Vortex. I thank you.
From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth.
Since the mid-'80s, I have been presenting at the USPA. It has been great working with you people. It is time we understand how we can use the portals of light to enhance the devices that we are taught to use in the radionics and psychotronics machines.